I don't tire. It's hello. Global choice. Let me call you. Hello. This is a big front.
Hello, 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 hello,
Enfin, on start again. You know, if something.
hello, hello. Okay, yeah, good morning and good morning and welcome to the program this morning. Sorry for the break, the break, the technical problems we faced this morning. Thank you for being patient with us. Let's go back to the newspaper headlines this morning. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program Bystanders at the Newsstands. Okay, let's look at what we have today. This morning, I have the Nigerian Tribune. Miyetti Allah begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-open grazing law. Miyetti Allah begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-grazing law. Threatens southern states with litigation. Threatens southern states with litigation. Okay, I also have the country media this morning. Okay, 3 judges to face NJC over conflicting ex parte orders. 3 judges to face Nigerian Judicial Commission over conflicting ex parte orders. No offender should escape justice on mere technicalities. No offender should escape justice on mere technicalities. CJN tells 8 injured as gunmen kidnap ex-Akwa Ibom senator. 8 injured as gunmen kidnap ex-Akwa Ibom senator. Okay, below the masthead of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, we have PDP Congress Makinde pays for all Oyo nomination forms. PDP Congress Makinde pays for all Oyo nomination forms. Preferential jam scores make northern students lazy. Preferential jam scores make northern students lazy. That is from El Rufai. Don't use military force on bandits, Gumi saying. Don't use military force on bandits. Gumi is responding to the military onslaught on some bandits in Kaduna, where over 50 bodies littered the forest. Main headline on the Nigerian Tribune this morning: court refuses FIRS application to stop rivers from collecting VAT. Court refuses FIRS application to stop rivers from collecting VAT. Wike directs State Internal Revenue Service to enforce compliance. Wike directs State Internal Revenue Service to enforce compliance. Sanwo-Olu doctors meet resolve some issues. Sanwo-Olu doctors meet resolve some issues. So I believe those who kidnapped us were Fulani headers, says victim. I believe those who kidnapped us were Fulani headers, says victims. 120 cases of vaccine-derived polio reported in Nigeria. 120 cases of vaccine-derived polio reported in Nigeria. That's from UNICEF. Buhari sets up health sector reform committee. Buhari sets up health sector reform committee. That's from the Tribune this morning. The Punch. APC multiple court cases. Aggrieved members. Dear Buni panel compiles litigants list. Aggrieved members. Their Buni panel compiles litigants list. We won't withdraw cases. Buhari party can't stop suits. We won't withdraw cases. Buhari party cannot stop our suits. Aggrieved members. We stand by NEC decision that all court cases must be withdrawn, says party. We stand by NEC decision that all court cases must be withdrawn. Protest rock Ota over bad roads. Residents block Abeokuta Lagos highway. Currently, we received the report that the protest at Ota, where residents block the road over the dilapidated situation of that road there in that community. Okay, NNPC begins sale of shares in 2024. Kiari, NNPC begins sales of shares in 2024. Buhari constitutes health reform panel, appoints identify NCDC boss. Buhari constitutes health reform panel, appoints identify Conflicting court orders obstacle to credible polls. INEC. Conflicting court orders obstacle to credible polls. That is from INEC. Let's look at also the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Anti-open grazing illegal arms bearers risks 21-year jail term. Anti-open grazing illegal firearms bearers risks 21-year jail term. Lagos Assembly. NJC OK's probe of 3 judges for granting ex parte orders. Governor Sultan Khan called for prosecution of terrorists, bandits, kidnappers. Osibajo chairs health sector reforms committee as Ifedayo emerges new NCDC DG. Main headline on the Vanguard: FIRS loses, Lagos joins tax war as Rivers digs in. FIRS loses as Lagos joins tax war when Rivers has already secured a judgment that the state should be collecting VAT. Nnamdi Kanu at home threatens economy of Southeast Umahi. Nnamdi Kanu sit at home threatens economy of Southeast Umahi. Miyetti begs Buhari Nass to stop implementation of anti-open grazing laws. Military action not best solution to herdsmen crisis. Gumi saying military action not best solution. Good morning. I know you've read the papers this morning.
No, I haven't read anything. I'm just coming down.
Okay, let's look at Miyetti begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-open grazing law.
That he said Miyetti
they are begging Buhari and National Assembly
for anti-grazing
to stop the anti-open grazing law that has been passed by some states in the south.
Okay.
What's your take on that?
Well, my take on that is whatsoever is happening is highly political. Let's forget the business aspect of open grazing. It is highly political. Why I said it's highly political is that this grazing of a thing has been taking place in Nigeria for over 50 years. The Fulanis has been everywhere for over 50 years. But I think what is happening now is that some people are just taking a political affiliation in order to disturb this issue of a thing. It's not just only the Hausa Fulani that are doing the business of open grazing. Even we have the Southerners here too that.
You have Southerners that are doing business
yes,
of
they are doing, exactly.
Do you know any? Have you seen anybody or have any?
Most of our governors here in the Southerners, they are into cattle rearing. They might use a Fulani to be the one doing the job, but they finance it. They do the business on their own without any disturb. But what is happening now is highly political. It's not about everybody say no. The S-men. Please, we shouldn't deceive ourselves with this word S-men. Whatever is happening, in my place in Osun State, there was a time we apprehend 7 people. At the end of the day, we find out that we calling them S-men. They were not. But some people use it as a yardstick of operating because they know S-men is trending. If you go to all these places in your state that they are talking about, all these people have been there for over 50 years. They've even married some Yorubas. They have family with them. Some of them are even speaking the Ogbomoso or your language. But how come is it now we are not having that issue of Fulani S-men?
What happened at Ibaraka?
Part of what I'm saying. Ibaraka people, either you like it or not, they do business together. The traditional rulers in Ibaraka have a great relationship with these so-called Fulanis. They are Seriki whatsoever. They work hand in hand together. Government used the two of them for their policies. But what is going on right now is highly political. Let me give you an intake that nobody has ever said. When after 2023, you will find out that there is nothing like this anymore. Because the issue is
after 2023.
Yes.
You will find out that everything will just die down.
It will die down. Because when you look at it, any president that is on track, his own people will want to rise up and say, oh, we are online. Because at previous time, they felt they have been marginalized. The Hausas also felt, Hausa Fulanis also felt they have been marginalized. If you look at the history of Nigeria, starting from Tafawa Balewa, is Hausa Fulani. He was killed during the throne. You understand? The Second Republic, which is Shagari, was also overthrown. Buhari, who take charge as a military, was also overthrown. Now Yaradua died in office. Shey you understand? So they felt this time around we have to stood ground. That's why you see that Buhari is doing all what he's doing. Make sure that okay, every position my people will be there so that we have the strength. Whatsoever we have not been gaining all this while.
Almost all the people that rule Nigeria, they are Fulani. Most of the,
like I have mentioned the ones that are Hausa Fulani. Gowon is not Hausa Fulani.
Okay.
He spent 9 good years. Are you getting it now? Babangida is not Hausa Fulani. He spent 8 good years. Abacha is not Hausa Fulani. He is a Kanuri man. He spent almost 5 years. Try to look at it. And nobody obstructed them when they were ruling. Sure, you are getting it now. So that is why when this time they came now, they have to stood ground. That look, what has been happening to us in the past, we don't want to cut this thing. Eventually, if an Igbo man become president of this country, you will see the act in the east. If you recall, when OBJ was president in 1999, you all see how OPC wanted to come out, started, don't let me go far, you know what happened. Yeah. Until when he now covered it. And the reason why he covered it was because if you check 1999 election, it's not the Yorubas that voted in OBJ. It's the coalition of the Northern and the Easterners that gave OBJ the mandate of 1999. The Yorubas, their mandate person was Olufalaye. Are you getting it now? So, in Nigerian situation, it's highly political. So, if by 2023 now, Buhari is no more there, another thing will come up again and we start trending.
Okay, one more. Gumi is saying that don't use military force on bandits. Telling the federal government, don't use military force on bandits. That is not the solution to end banditry in Nigeria. How do you look at it?
Well, actually, indirectly, I will support what he's saying. Okay, that the
federal government
shouldn't use military
force on bandits.
On bandits. See, I might be saying it as if I'm saying nonsense, but tell me who is bandit, who is military. To me, it's two sides of the coin. It's just like when you throw a coin up, the same side keeps showing.
Same coin,
showing the same size. It's the same thing as the military and the bandit. They shouldn't lie to us. Are you telling me that bandits are just common man like me and you? The answer is no. The people in power, as far as Nigeria is concerned, are using these people to make profit, to do what they want, to gain power and all that. They shouldn't lie to us. How come you tell me a bandit went to what they call it, a barracks?
Yeah.
Where we have
barracks.
You can imagine.
Barracks.
No, tell me it's an in-house something. They shouldn't lie to us. How many times you have heard that military officers are complaining that whenever they send them to a particular place, they will have an ambush. Who is giving them that information? This has been happening in Nigeria for years. I could remember when Jonathan said, Boko Haram are in my cabinet. Azazi, who was the then chief security officer, also come out and said the same thing. He was sacked. Sure, you understand? So they are using these things as a yardstick of what? Creating what they want, power, political ambitions and all that, then to other means of making money. You will tell me 200 and something children were being kidnapped. He said that they are demanding for ransom. Now Gumi will now be the one that will now go to this and start negotiating. So to me, why military is not the issue. The issue is let them go to the roots of the problem. That's why I said indirectly I might be supporting him. Let them go to the roots. After all, we go to other countries with our army and we subdue them. We went to Gambia. In our days, we went to Liberia, Sierra Leone. How come what is happening in Nigeria, we cannot handle it?
So what should be done? If not force, what should be used against the bandits?
What should be used is what we call repentancy from our stakeholders, from those who rule this country, for those who have been dictating this country after the Civil War, the ex-generals, the one most of you call cabals. They should just stop this problem of this, because they know. You can't tell me someone like Babangida doesn't know where the problem is coming from. You can't tell me somebody like Obasanjo doesn't know where the problem is coming from. You can't tell me Buhari himself doesn't know where the problem is coming from. The question mark is, why are they shying away from the truth? Why they doesn't want this to stop?
Okay, you're saying the leaders don't want the banditry to stop?
Yes, of course. Please tell me. I've been watching interviews upon interviews. Has anybody ever told you the root of this problem?
Yes.
Has anybody ever told you this is the reason why this thing is happening? Everybody talk as if they are guessing. Oh, I believe nobody. Everybody just say it's like. Whereas they knew, they all knew. Listen, let me tell you, with what is happening there is a serious business. International bodies send money. Okay. They are using that as a yardstick for military. Because if you look at it, over 30 years that military has ruled this country, they have seen the dividend of governorship, governments. You understand? They've seen the dividend of leadership. They know that there is money in it. So they are now using that as a yardstick of giving them their own fair share of the cake. Forget about the recruits or whatsoever. The real ones, like the colonels, the major generals, they are making hell of money with these issues.
They make hell of money.
In fact, they are bogus. I could remember Zulum, the governor of Borno State. The day was saying, let's go to Banga and see what is happening in Banga. Banga is one of another important state in Borno. He says, sir, don't worry. He said, why are you telling me I shouldn't worry? There is something in Banga. Let's go to Banga and do something. And they refused. But I found out that at the end of the day, it was this same our military going inside the bush, shooting up as if Boko Haram is around.
Was the one. So how do we come out of this problem? Since the political class, you have indicted the political class, how do we come out of this problem?
Because I've tried to look at the whole situation. Okay, now take for example, as SARS killed up to the number of people that Boko Haram killed, before all of us now come out and start shouting end SARS. No. So to tell you that there is issue of that, except our leaders now come to round table. See, everybody should not be deceiving us that our leader doesn't know anything, that they don't know what to do. They know what to do to make this country great. The only thing is that they know that they are going to lose a lot. And all those things that they have been gaining, they still want to continue to gain it. That's why they don't want to do anything about it. Keeping the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer.
Okay. Lastly, do you support people that are calling for the dissolution of Nigeria? What is your stand? What's your take?
The solution of Nigeria.
The solution, that's
I know, secession. The issue is there is that fine, it might be a step of direction, but the question mark on the long run is it our final solution? That I don't believe in. But if you said the solution, fine, so that okay, you know that your problem is minimized. So you understand? It's okay, Yoruba on their own, Igbos on their own. Then Yoruba will now know, okay, now Yoruba leader and I go face. I'm going to face, then Igbos will now know it's our leaders we are going to face. But where I said is only a little fair share of our this is that I always give this to everybody I've met that look, if you go to Ogun State now, we have 4 different tribes in Ogun State. Do you know that there is still sentiment among them? The Ijebus, the Yewas, the Egbados,
the Okeguns.
Now, they still discriminate themselves inside the same state, so saying, oh, you are from this, it's not time for you to become governor. I'm not even talking about Nigeria. If you go to Osun State, we have the Ifes, we have the Icheshas, we have the Modagas, we have the Ogomoshos. They still discriminate each other. So that's why I said, for example now, the Southwest now on their own. Do you know that there is still going to be tussle of power between Lagos, which we want to be claiming this, and then Oyo State, who we want to be claiming the old kind of say, oh, we have been the old one before Lagos, if not for the federal government that gave you the opportunity being a colonial state. Yeah. So you are getting it now. So from there again, but the thing is that it will only now, if you go to the east also now, are you going to join the southeast along the south-south? Because if you recall at the Civil War, Ken Saro-Wiwa, who was the liberal person in the south, did not support Ojukwu at the Civil War. He was the one that gave the Nigerian a blockage for supply not to come in. That was manned by late Ramat Muritala with his battalion. Okay. So when you look at it, you know that there is still these differences, even despite the region that we belong to.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Your name, sir?
My name is Sunday Fateh.
Mr. Sunday, I'd like you to come frequently to come and give
that will be an issue because my place father is I'm from Agopala, so I only come to deliver something for somebody else. So yes, so I'll do many programs. I do a lot of interviews and all that.
Thank you very much.
Subsequently, if my chance is here, I will try.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sunday.
Okay, for you.
Thank you so much.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Mr. Rab, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Christian Chuku. Good morning, our viewers. I'm greeting everybody. We are appreciating your contribution to this program. People like Kelly, you are from Imo State. You living in France and you once lived in Finland. We thank you. We appreciate you for your contribution. You always have our interest in mind. Then, Mr. Taiwo, your contribution in this program has no comparison. I tell you, we have in mind always. We are thanking you, Mami Nkechi from Abatete. Then Papula, Badimos, Ogachas from Canada. All of you, Kenny, we are very, very concerned about your own situation in Italy. We hope that this COVID-19 is not back again. And if it has come back, please provide a solution to make sure that you are free there of COVID-19. Then, Samuel, you are from Edo State. Oga Samuel, we are appreciating you. We are saying thank you all over there that are watching this program. Then, if I don't mention your name, please forgive me. My brain cannot contain it all because you see this brain, it has limits. This brain, I know, is more versatile and vast than computer, but sometimes we give our brains some,
relaxation.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, don't use military force on bandits. Gumi is telling the federal government. What is your take on that?
Don't use military what?
Force
on bandits. Gumi is telling government again, don't use military forces on bandits, but go and use military forces against Igbowo. This Sheikh Gumi, this cleric, is a criminal. Let me tell you, I have many points to make about this president. Presidency office, the office of the presidency, they are just naming various blessings of this satanic regime. I don't call it blessings, I call it curses. Let me tell you, we could remember some times ago. Yeah, let me tell you, when the same Gumi went to the bandits in the bush and negotiated with them, he parted with some money. Gumi is gaining from this banditry operation of 18 in the north. Gumi is part of bandits. Gumi is part of Fulani herdsmen kidnapping farmers, killing people. Look at 4 or 5 days ago, Showore's brother was killed along Benin Express. I'm just talking to you guys living in Europe and America. When you fly back home, after landing at Murtala Mohammed Airport, on the way back home, be very careful. Go with security men. Nowhere is safe. Fulani has taken virtually everywhere in Nigeria. Fulani herdsmen, they are the one responsible for Showore's junior brother murder. Herdsmen are the one that did it. Look at Bumi telling Buhari not to use military forces. It is an abomination. Bumi is supposed to be arrested, Sheikh, for that statement. It means he's benefiting from it. It means those bandits are his brother. They are his own money. Why shouldn't he use military forces? Whilst ordinary civilians, ordinary Nigerian youths, we are being forced to their knee at toll gates there. It wasn't enough. Even the military, they open fire at those youths there. They kill many of them. And we are telling Nigeria, oh my God, bandits, they are terrorists. Herdsmen, they are terrorists.
Not under Nigeria.
Let me tell you, not under Nigeria law, I don't want to know. Their operation, modus operandi, is more difficult, more dangerous to understand than the operation of the IPOB. IPOB are people that are fighting for secession. They are people for their rights. They are fighting for the solution of this fake arrangement called Nigeria. You are using military forces on them. Military force. And somebody that advising you not to use military force on terrorists. Let me tell you, Sheikh Gumi is a terrorist. They started this banditry operation in Nigeria. They started Boko Haram operation in Nigeria. They are the ones that are fueling the spate of herdsmen attack across Nigeria. Look at, nobody is calling for his arrest. If you say something in favor of Igbowo now, DSS will go after you. State Department getting one security services that has kept Nnamdi in underground detention. Nnamdi Kanu is underground. DSS detention. dying of gasping for oxygen every day for 24 hours. If not that the U.S. lawyers, Biafran lawyer came here this week, Bruce Payne, we couldn't have known this. Nobody. Now the can was underground. That's why they were burying Ejiofor from getting to him. They are detaining him underground. Let me tell you, if Buhari venture comes to Eastern Nigeria, I'm telling you, he's going to.
He's coming to Imo State.
If he's going to Imo State, let us wait and see. He's a stupid man.
No,
don't say that. Why must he not use forces?
You have your leaders.
No,
you have your Eastern leaders.
No, my Eastern leaders, they have fucked up.
So you hold them responsible.
They have sold out. They have sold out, I know. But why is Buhari parleying, romancing with the bandits?
Why are your leaders parleying with the Buhari?
Listen, don't accuse my leaders. Listen, Ohaneze is not parleying with Buhari at all. They are not supporting what is happening in the southeast. Some good governors of the southeast, let me tell you, it is only Hope Uzodinma and Okeze Ikpeazu that are parleying and romancing with Fulani herdsmen. Do you know the way they came to that position? Do you know the way? It was they went to that position with, through crooked means. Hope Uzodinma was the fourth person in Imo Guba election. Hope Uzodinma now mounted on the third person, mounted on the second person, and mounted on the first person finally to become the winner of the gubernatorial election in Imo State. So they came in a crooked way. Don't expect them to be, to protect my interests as a Southeasterner.
Then you hold them responsible.
Thank you. No. He is trying to maintain the interests of the Fulani people that gave him power.
An Igbo man.
So
why, as an Igbo man, why don't you hold him responsible?
We are holding Hope Uzodinma responsible. Hope Uzodinma is not the owner of Igbo land. His father can never be. He is too small to tell us what to happen in our land. Are you listening to me? But what I'm trying to tell is that why must this Bumi, who is Bumi? Sheikh Bumi is maintaining which governmental department? What is his work? What is functionality in this regime? What is his functionality? What is he doing? Is there any elected position or an appointment? She understand, based on appointment or appointed position he is maintaining. Has he been appointed as who? Okay, spokesperson for terrorists. Who made him that? Who screened him in the house? Let me tell you, let us tell ourselves the truth. Sheikh Gumi is supposed to be arrested. He is a thief. He's a terrorist. What are you saying?
Okay, let's move on.
He will not use military forces on them while he allows the Nigerian military to went to Nnamdi Kanu's palace and killed 28 boys. Let me tell you, this 9th September or 17th September this month, everybody is sitting at home to remember those 28 boys that were killed on Nnamdi Kanu's palace. I'm telling you, the team Buhari is going to Southeast to meet Hope Uzodinma in Imo State. I know he's dead, but this Nigerian man should know that Hope Uzodinma is not the owner of Igbo land.
Okay, Miyetti begs Buhari National Assembly.
Why are they don't supposed to beg Buhari? Why are they begging Buhari? Have they not been grazing across West African continent before? West African region, they have been grazing over the years. Since 18th centuries, nobody fought them. Why is it that this Buhari time that they all of a sudden wake up, killing Benue people, killing Enugu people, killing Anambra, killing Ogun, killing Imo State, killing Southerners in their farmlands, in their father's land? What are you saying? Mediala has been existing before. What do you ask yourself? Why this kind of agenda this late hour? They made meeting, all of them, and Buhari is the head. They wanted to what? Snatch our lands. They want to grab our lands in the southern Nigeria. They want to Fulanize the whole Nigeria. The reason why they have been campaigning for, ruralization and ceding our lands to them is that they want everybody. They want them to be virtually everywhere in Nigeria, so that at the end of the day, maybe in 100 years' time, my brother, they will take this land called Southern Nigeria. What should be done to the bandit? The bandit should be proscribed. They should proscribe the bandit. They should term them or tag them terror organization, terrorist group. The military should go after them. If the military refuses to go after them, let the mid-belters, ESL, the Amotekus, let all of them go after the bandits. The bandits are being sponsored by this government. The bandits are being sponsored by Sheikh Gumi. The bandits are being sponsored by the Fulani oligarchy. It is the Fulani cabals that brought bandits to make money out of it. Haven't you heard what that fair yellow brother said? The Nigerian politicians, the bandits, the cabals, called cabals, are benefiting from Boko Haram, they are benefiting from Fulani herdsmen and bandits. They are making money out of it. They invited their brother from all over Sahel countries along the desert to come and make Nigeria dry with military force. Look at the way they operate. Are you trying to tell me that those bandits are civilians? I don't know whether you have seen them on military kits before. They look more military than Nigerian soldiers.
More militants.
More militants, more militarized, whatever way you say it. Okay, they look more military than Nigerian soldiers. Have you ever seen them before? If you see them, the way they operate, my brother, these guys are well prepared, they are well trained, they are military. I don't know where they come from. Okay. But all I know is that Buhari knows about this arrangement, Malami knows, El Rufai knows. We are the bandits, not among the Boko Haram that chase Autumn. Almost how many kilometers in Benue State? Autumn ran inside the farm land. This is the dividend of Buhari's regime, because the office of the presidency, they have been clamoring and shouting. She understand last week that they achieved a lot.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me name the achievements for you. Let me name the achievement. The achievement of this regime. It is only in Buhari regime that Nigerians and the whole world has begun to know that monkey can swallow money. An achievement. It is only Buhari regime that snake enter WAEC office and swallow money. It is an achievement. It is in Buhari regime that bandits and herdsmen chase after clergy. Reverend Father in Enugu State. The church he died. An achievement. It was in Buhari regime that herdsmen ran into people that were doing night vigil. In Nibonise, Enugu State, and kill all of them, and kill one of the priests. An achievement. Buhari regime left what they should do. Order the military to go to Nnamdi Kanu's father's palace and do what? And kill 28 boys. Nnamdi Kanu escaped by whisker.
No, let's talk about the good things.
No, achievement of Buhari regime. Yes.
He has done some things.
He has done some things. What are those things? What are those things? Let me hear.
Agricultural sector.
Agricultural sector.
Yes.
Unhelpful. Let me tell you. A tuber. Yam tuber. One tuber. Rough yam. Is 2,500. Let me tell you. Go and price the kind of yams they sell at Onitsha. That kind of yams, they harvest it from Otuocha Axis, Anambra State. The biggest yam in Nigeria. Go and price it. I know how much it was being sold before. But today, go and price it currently. Oga, that yam is more than 5,000 naira now. Agricultural sector achievement. How did Buhari achieve it? Achieve anything in agriculture sector? Tell me, how? Where? Is it fertilizer? Is it what? When herdsmen could not allow farmers to farm again. What kind of achievement in agricultural sector is that? Achievement in agricultural sector. He sent all his brothers to be killing, maiming, raping our mothers and sisters on their farmland. Is that an achievement? How? When we can no longer buy carrots, lettuce. Yes, very, very expensive now. Green beans. What achievement are you telling me? Is it mechanized agriculture? Is it the subsistence agriculture? No family in Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, can go to farm again and farm, and at the end of the spell season, go home with healthy harvest. No food anymore. You are telling me he has achieved something in the agricultural sector. How? Mechanized agriculture. Okay. How many land from Lagos to Ibadan, from Ibadan to Benin? How have been cultivated.
Somebody is saying, two Nigerians.
What are you saying?
I was surprised to hear FG is paying 500,000 Nigerian youths monthly.
Thank you so much. To Niger, you know, I always like.
You know this?
Yes.
The federal government is paying 500,000 Nigerians monthly.
Thank you.
About it.
Thank you so much. To Niger, federal government is paying 500,000 Nigerian youths every month. To Niger, is that what you said? You are living in the UK there. You are telling us that federal government is paying Nigerian youths 500,000 of Nigerian youths. Jesus Christ. To Niger, leave UK. Come to Nigeria and make your research. You cannot live in London there, run your mouth as you like. Start confusing our viewers who are on the same comment site with you. Come to Nigeria here, do your research well. I'm not attacking you, but you're supposed to know too well what you are disseminating to the members of the public. Stop misinforming people. This your statement, this your claim is highly misguided. Highly misguided, deceptive, highly abominable. You are not sure of what you are giving to the members of the public.
Asking, do you know about it?
I don't know, and I know more than that. Let me tell you, do I know about it? How many youths in the south? Give us good quotation, good information. Let us know how to follow you. How many youths in the south? How many youths in the north? The whole northern youths are riding Okada in southern Nigeria. Because north is not safe enough for them. Come to Lagos and see northern youths. Go to Anambra everywhere. In Edo State, Ogun, or your state. The Hausas are riding Okada there. So how many youths? Who are the youths you are claiming to have received this kind of gift? Incentive from federal government to farm or what? Is it an amount for what? Empowerment or skill acquisition? What are you claiming about this guy? I don't always understand this to Niger. To Niger likes to attack us here and give us some, misinformation. I'm telling you, for Niger, I hope you are there watching. See, you are Mr. Two Niger is giving us another claim. Come home, Two Niger, Four Niger, Three Niger, 10 Niger. Come home and do what? Accurate research on your claims before disseminating it to the members of the public.
Okay, lastly, preferential jam scores make northern students lazy.
What?
Everybody is saying that preferential jam scores, the jam score in south is
high.
So everybody is saying that preferential jam scores make northern students lazy.
Northern students lazy. Oga Erufai, I don't know when you were born, but all I know is that you are above 60. You might claim to be under 40, under 50 because you are Nigerian politicians. You guys are not saying the truth. You cannot even tell yourself truth to the level that you deny your accurate dates of birth. I don't know whether you understand what is called quota system in Nigeria. Quota system is between the north and the south. If the cutoff mark in Anambra State is 250, the cutoff mark in Niger State is 120.
No.
That is part of the quota system.
Let's say 180.
That's why, okay, let's say 180. I know when I sat for common entrance, sat for WAEC, I know, jam, our cut mark. The cutoff mark in Anambra State in 1985, I can assure you, 350. If you are heading for 1985, you were not born then. Cutoff mark now was 350. If you are heading to UNN in Suka, Oga, my brother, let me say he's a brother anyway, from same village, Odiaka, he made it 350. Cutoff jam. I didn't understand. He sat jab in 1984/85. He made it 350. I don't know what I understand. So if El-Rufai claims that it is the preferential cutoff mark, jab cutoff mark that make the northern youth lazy, he is a liar. No northern youth is lazy. Northern elites has made the northern youth to be lazy. Instead of using money to build more schools in the north, they use money to build mosques. They use money to promote religious activities in the north. Instead of building schools, institution of learning in the north, they resort building mosques, using religious activities to treat those youths bad, to mislead those youths. What are you telling me? Is El-Rufai not part of this problem? Who are the people that ousted Jonathan from power? Who are the people that kicked Jonathan out of power? Is El-Rufai not part of it? Jonathan, you kick out of power. Do you know how many Almajiri schools he built in the north? Across northern Nigeria, Jonathan built more than 1,000 Almajiri schools to make sure that those people, those Hausa boys, those Hausa youths, those northern youths begging on the street could go back to school and read. But you use religion, you use mosque, you use Osman and Fodio ideology, you use Fulani imperialism.
Okay. Final thought, Mr. Raphael.
To torment these boys.
Final thought, Mr. Raphael. Okay, Mr. David. You can call in. There's a number to call in. You can call in and maybe we can amplify your voice wherever you are. Mr. Sunday, if you are watching, call in. Mr. F. Young, if you are watching, also call in. Call in. There's a number I'll put on the chat, so you can call in from wherever you are and contribute to the program. I have Mr. David here. Let's look at this quota system. Cut off mark.
Good morning to you, Mr. Christian Chukwu. First, I want to say shout out to everyone that is watching us from Nigeria. Kudos to everyone that is watching us from Nigeria and those supporting the program. Say kudos to everyone and taking their time, different time, out of their busy schedule to still contribute or still also watch us now. I say may God Almighty bless you and reward you. Now I want to quickly, before I answer your question, I want to chip in to what Sunanja said. Sunanja, please, it is high time you verify facts before you comment. You need to verify facts because you cannot sit on the other side of the divide and just now when he said that, he felt he wanted to make us feel lazy. Yes, because that is why that maybe we come here every day just to hear our points. We don't have jobs now. I stand to be corrected now. Let him to Nigeria. Let him give me the number. The person he said he claimed.
Yeah, he said somebody.
Now let him make that number. Let him send the number to me. I will call the person and tell him, and the person should tell me which platform, which website did he register it, so that I can go and personally I want to go and register. Personally, I want to go and register because federal government said federal government is now what he said. Federal government only proposal. Federal government has not even started the what implementation. The program or the what empowerment. Federal government was only proposing to pay youths, and the youths in quotes are those that had NYC, those that fringe NYC from 2018 till date, and then they must not be above 30 years. That was what federal government was only proposing, and the amount has not been made known to public. Federal government wants to sponsor about, I think, 20,000 youths, place them on token salary, place them on what minimum wage, 33,000 naira. That is what federal government is only proposing, not 500,000, not just 20,000. Place them on token. So now he should get his information verified before he come here. We are the one living in Nigeria. He should not make us look as if we are lazy. We don't want to work.
Okay, let's look at the quota system. Sorry, the cut-off mark is north and south. Everybody is saying that these preferential JAMB scores make northern students lazy. You subscribe to that.
The northern region has always been the less has always been the disadvantaged state when it comes to education. Even as much as this preferential quota system has been given to them, what have they made very good use of it? You know that from onset it has always been the less disadvantaged stage. If not for the fact that they have this mentality that they are just born to do. And now El-Rufai is saying JAMB should stop it. If JAMB stop it, you that you are giving opportunity, you are not making use of that opportunity. And now what if JAMB stop it? Are you sure we have another person going to school? We will not have. It is only
I say that you're not that intelligent, brilliant.
They are not that intelligent, yes. when I did my NYC, when I was posted to do my 3 weeks orientation at this Anambra, the guy that came to me, he came out with to a class. He could not even write his name. A graduate that could not even write his name. A graduate. We were in the same 3 weeks orientation camp in this place, Anambra. He could not fill the form, and the airline was saying, "Are you sure you went to school?" He said he went to Usman Danfodio University. How did he pass? How did he pass? These are see, we know them. Even their governors too. They are best of state federals. We've seen them. Imagine we know these people. Just because they have this mentality of just born to rule, that is why you see them occupying the seat of power in Nigeria. It is rare. It is rare for you to see a northern person that is sound, because majority of them don't go to school. What they do is form clique, a major clique, come to the street and start begging. And that is what Jonathan tried to erase. Jonathan built schools for them. Did they make use of the school? Are they going to school? What they prefer is every morning come to the streets and start begging. That is it. And now JAMB is now saying, fine, okay, these people, you people don't like education. Let us give you guys preferential treatment so that you guys can go to school. Now still JAMB has done that on diverse occasions. Now how many percentage of these people that is going to school? Still they are still backward when it comes to education. Now when the quota system, when JAMB bet the admission score in the south and in the west to 200, now admission quota will be pegged, and the admission quota in the north will be pegged at 120.
120.
Yes, 120. I start to be corrected. When JAMB pegged admission quota in the south 200, in the east 200, in the west 200, in the north is always 120, and still people don't still meet up with that JAMB, with that cutoff mark. They still don't meet up. Now whose fault? It is the leader's fault. It is the leader's fault.
Okay, let's look at Miyetti begs Buhari, National Assembly, to stop anti-grazing law. Lagos House of Assembly has passed their own law.
Lagos State has not passed. Lagos State just proposed it
House of
yesterday.
Assembly, 21-year jail term for...
In Lagos State?
Yes.
Yes. It's a work on development. It's a work on development.
So Miyetti they are begging federal government and Buhari, Buhari and National Assembly, they should stop the law.
Because at this point they know this law is not favorable to them. They will do everything within their power just to go to the, now they came up with a resolution. They want to go to court. Now if truly these people have the interest of Nigerians at that, this is not what they should be doing at this point. Now every state has this right to come up with its own grazing law. Now a state like Lagos State has said, now any Fulani man that is sick, roaming, going around with cattle, this 21 years in prison, is a welcome development. They still want to take us back to the primitive age, to the stone age, whereby ram, cow will be roaming around the street of Nigeria. Because now, see, some person felt they own this country. Why would they approach Buhari? Why would they approach National Assembly? Nigerians are saying they are tired with this open grazing. Enough of it. You cannot kill our people. You cannot, because of this, your cow, go to farm and start raping people. Now let there be a settlement in your region. Ranch there, not within this place. And now you are now approaching the president, because the president is one of your sponsors. Because Buhari is one of their sponsors. Now I believe if the National Assembly should receive this bill, they are clueless. Because this is something that should not even be heard anywhere. Every state government has the right to enforce their own anti-grazing law. So now nobody has monopoly of power. Even this Mejala. Nobody in Nigeria has monopoly of power.
What position does Mejala have in Nigeria? What's their position?
They claim. I don't know their position. They are. You know what? To me, they want their voice and their stance to always be known. Because if truly they don't want their position to be known, this is not a policy they should be coming out with. Why would National Assembly ask them to send a bill? To me, this bill is dead before arrival, because I know the likes of what's this man's name? This senator Eina Abawe will not allow this bill to scale through.
Okay.
This is a devilish bill.
Okay, let's look at Ota Road. People are protesting over the bad condition of the road. I think that is a federal road.
My brother, welcome to Nigeria.
That's a federal road.
Ogun State is yes, it is. Ogun State is suffering from two things: bad governor. Ogun State does not have governor. Ogun State does not have governor.
What's that his name?
Dakpabionu is just a figurehead. Imagine, I'm also tried it to some extent, but Ogun State as it stands, as set of today.
Mr. Raf, what of Abia State?
Ogun State has never for one day produced a good governor. It is always bad governor. See, look at the condition.
This is a federal project.
Yes, a federal project.
And Buhari has laid his achievements, great achievement. Because I know of Port Harcourt Road, I'm from Abia State. Port Harcourt Road in Abia State. That road, a soccer away pitch is even better.
Have you seen Calabar Itu Road? That place is danger. Calabar Itu Federal Highway.
So what is happening? What is happening?
It is the federal government's job now. Let me continue the road for them. Are they not collecting VAT? Are they not making money via the road? Are people not paying now? This is the same road you want to introduce toll. This road now, there will be toll gate here. The road you mentioned now, there will be toll gate now. Calabar Itu Road now, there will be toll gate here. They are not motorable. The roads are not motorable. And now you want to introduce toll gates, suffering and smiling. Road no day. You want many people come and pay for the road no day. That is the country we find ourselves. That is the country we find ourselves. Because literally, no place in the world can have this kind of road. No place in the world. I start to be corrected. No place in the world. Look at road. A road in Nigeria.
Even Haiti.
Even I said no place in the world can have this kind of bad road. And have a president that is sleeping and waking. Mr. Christian, when I tell you say Nigeria matter don't time, it's a lie. I don't know what cost Nigeria. Now look at what Gumi.
Okay, lastly, Gumi is saying that the military should not use force on the bandits. What is your take?
Mr. Christian Chukwu, when I read the story, I was like, what is happening to Nigeria? This is Sheikh Gumi. Now Gumi is saying until when government give bandits amnesty, that is when they will stop. What is this bandits? What are they really looking for? Are they looking for amnesty? Now when the Niger Delta fought a good cause. It is you cannot. There is oil spillage in our land. We could not go to farm. Now governments this oil spillage has caused so many things in our land. We don't have good drinking water. Now government come to our aid. That's a just for. What is the bandits? What are they fighting for? Let Gumi come and tell us. Let Gumi. I've said that countless time here. If Nigeria is truly a good country, the likes of Gumi should be in jail.
In jail?
Yes. Is Gumi representing a good cause? Who is? See now Gumi on his own part want to make money. That is why he's always fronting them, because nobody can touch him. Yes, because this should not be heard anywhere. That what bandit terrorists are demanding for amnesty. It should not be heard anywhere in the world. And now Gumi is now coming out is now buoyant to say that if government does not give them amnesty, they will not stop to kidnap. And Buhari and Malami are sleeping. They fold their hands. Now you say if IPOB, if Martin Abdulkalu will not be released, IPOB will continue to obstruct. Now DSS will come after you, and you are saying Buhari is not nepotic. Now Gumi, the same Gumi now, when it comes to bandits paying ransom, now who gets the ransom? Is Gumi not getting share out of the ransom that have been paid? As of yesterday, a senator was kidnapped in Akwa Ibom State by unknown government. Who is their spokesman? Gumi. And Gumi is what? Advocating amnesty for them. Zamfara State now, that telecommunication company has been shut down. Instead of you tracking them via their discussion, why would you shut down telecoms in Zamfara State?
Are you saying shutting down telecoms will not help the?
It will not help anything.
What will it not do?
Why don't you get a device that can track these people conversation? I think, see, these people should monitor calls. Rather than you see shutting down telecoms, it's just giving them it just give them a step for them to win the battle. It doesn't make sense. Now Zamfara now for some days now they have been without no communication. And now I start to be corrected. That shutting down of telecoms in Zamfara State will not yield anything meaningful until when Gumi is arrested. Is Gumi living in US? Is Gumi living in Canada? This present government too, as I think there's a nexus, there's a link between the government and the bandits. Yes, because if there's no link, literally Gumi should have been what? Arrested. Shall I continue?
Yeah, continue.
Gumi should have been what? Arrested, and then he should take the Nigerian security agents to where these people are hiding, to where they are perpetrating this what evil act. But Gumi is still saying he is what? Untouchable. That nobody can touch him.
Okay, finally, Mr. David,
finally, if this entity or this contraction called Nigeria can no longer hold, some persons are saying are now advocating for 2023. For me, there should be nothing like 2023. If this issue of insurgency, if this issue of poverty, if this issue of hunger, if this issue of unemployment, if this issue of inflation, if not so, let everybody go their different way. Enough of this thing. Yes, enough of it. There should be. Let Nigeria come out in one voice and say no election come 2023. Since 1960.
These are our Nigerian youth.
Yeah, everybody, the youth, the old, and they're not suffering.
Okay.
That is my stand.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. You don't allow Mr. Matthew.
Do you believe to Biafra or Nigeria?
Mr. Chigozie.
Yes, man.
Mr. Chigozie.
Yes.
You are my leader.
No, I'm not. It's Buhari.
Buhari is not my leader.
Buhari is your leader. Osipanjo is the deputy. Yeah, good morning.
Okay. Let's look at the sit-at-home yesterday. Umar is saying that sit-at-home threatens the economy of the southeast.
Oh, that is good. It's a welcome development.
But the southeast are the ones
it will not only cripple the economy, it will chart a way forward for the entire region. Because we can't continue with this level of cruelty and inhuman injustice unaddressed for barely 60 years now, of which are culminated into the first civil war between Nigeria and Biafra. Those issues are still nagging. They still remain unaddressed. So as long as it remains unaddressed, we'll continue to advocate for the cause of justice. Not until that is done. there will never be peace for the wicked.
Let's move on.
Even including the southeastern governors who are abetting this level of crime. And the killing or the purported genocide going on. Gradual but consistent annihilation of the indigenes of the old eastern region is very unfortunate.
Do you think that the army can really succeed in whatever you are saying that they are doing, and annihilating the citizens of the eastern region?
Well, nobody can succeed to cover up the truth. Over time, the truth will always have its way. We always prevail. The truth is that Biafra, of course, is here. The truth is that the old eastern region are no longer part of this country because they have been technically sidelined, skimmed out of the affairs of this country. So they are not part of the system. They have been denied so many privileges, even at this time since 1967. Of course, when the first emeritus, the head of state, was killed in such gruesome murder. But that is not just to bring us to the pains of the past. But even in this current dispensation, of course, our concern is the present.
Okay.
And where lies our major interest is the future.
Don't use military force on bandits. Gumi is telling the federal government. What's your take on that?
Well, of course, that is his personal opinion. And he probably may have an interest to
Is a voice
protect.
to reckon with in this regime?
A voice to reckon with. Well, I am not aware of that. He is, whether he's existing, I don't know. So he might be a voice to people that recognize him. But for me, he has no place as far as I'm concerned. So I know that a kingdom divided itself cannot stand. So he is part of that kingdom. So I don't see Gumi anytime speaking against his own kingdom, which is the bandits, the Boko Haram, the Islamic apologists. So he is just aiding the spread of Islamic caliphates.
Okay, Miyetti begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-grazing law.
Well, if by that you mean that they are now counting their losses, well, I may want to say good morning to them. It is not just about begging. A time will come when the entire ethnic nationalities will eject them from their own region, from their own ancestral home. Why? Because they have bought Bwese, what we call Bwese. And it will take, if not a century or eternity, to clear up themselves. And unfortunately, they have destroyed their reputation. They have dent the image of the Fulani race. So no ethnic nationality could see them now in the right perspective. Because whenever you mention a Fulani man, you consider him a terrorist. You consider him a militaire. But I understood that. Yes, I understood that not all of them, but the Tibi population overwhelms every other minority among them. But what matters most is it's not about begging. I told you that in Nigeria, in this zoological republic, where there is no respect of law, there is no rule of law. You see, where the average wishes of an average Fulani man becomes a law, is enacted as a law, you will see what will happen, will play out just in few weeks or few days to come. What are you begging? You are begging that the government should continue to aid the killings of the citizens, to poor citizens of Nigeria, even in their own land, in their own country home. This is not an external conflict. Dying in your own country home, in your own ancestral home, in your own village, in your own local settlement. I mean, it makes me run mad. And we cannot accept that. In fact, they will live to pay whatever problem they have cost humanity.
Your final thought, Mr. Chigago.
I have no other final thoughts than the position that has been maintained, that we don't have a country. I listened, of course, to the U.S.-based lawyer, an international lawyer to IPOP and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, he went there, Bruce Payne. He went there to see his client, which, of course, is acting within the ambit of the law. He was denied access to that. You see, by that they have infringed on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu constitutionally rights, and of course the right they have breached international, whatever you call it, in terms of law. You see, well, but they understood that they violated international law by sponsoring people or buying people over to torture Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to unjustly repatriate him, or what you call extraordinary rendition. They violated international laws. They don't come to that consciousness. But when it comes to if somebody, an accused person, which is not yet convicted of the allegations levied against him, you still have right to pounce or to deprive him of his right to self-defense or to seek for legal service. It's very unfortunate. Did you call him this a democratic setting? It's very unfortunate. So we have no reason to identify with this first system.
Okay.
And if you do, may your life become as Nigeria, and may your future become as bleak as the future of this zoological republic.
Okay. You can also contribute. There's a number to call so that we can hear your voice on the program. I will still post the number once more. Call that number and you can contribute on any of the issues we have raised today. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Okay, there is a number that people can call now.
Yeah, there's that amplifier. I can amplify the voice.
Okay. I think that is a good development.
So, let's look at. I don't know how much time you have, so maybe look at a few issues or more issues.
Let's just see what we can do.
Okay, Miyetti begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-grazing law. What's your take?
To stop anti-grazing law?
Yeah.
I think they are joking. How can you be telling Nigerians or the state governors to stop anti-grazing law? The only way you can address this insecurity is a total compliance with all the extant laws in all the states that is banning open grazing. And the dilemma of most of the states that even enacted the law is the police that has a mandate to enforce law, they are not forthcoming in enforcing all these laws.
Okay.
So if you want to address the issue of insecurity, you want to address the issue of these herders clashes with the host communities, the way to go is banning open grazing. Ranching is the approach. Now, the federal government and all the state governors have agreed that ranching is the way to go. So what we need to do now is let the government, federal government, synergize with all the state governors, with all the state governments, for the purpose of building ranches. Federal government is hypocritical about this. Federal government is playing on double standard, because on one hand you are telling people to go about open grazing, on another hand you have approved 6.25 billion naira to your state, Katsina State, to build ranches. Out of that sum, 5 billion have been released even as we speak. So if Mr. President acknowledged that there is need to build ranch, he have given approval for such in his state, and he have released 5 billion for that purpose, then he should replicate that in other states as a panacea to curb this crisis.
Okay.
For me, that is the only way to go. Asking the people to jettison all the laws that have to do with anti-open grazing is a recipe for crisis. We have seen how Fulani herdsmen have ravaged almost every strata of the society, almost every geopolitical zone, almost every local government. So what happened at Ibarapano local government of Oyo State, Igango community. Look at Okun. It's everywhere. Look at Delta. It's everywhere. So the only way to address it is to ban open grazing and come about ranching. Even as it's not even right for federal government to even be bankrolling ranching because they are doing their personal business. Normally they should be the one going to financial institutions to source for loan, credit facilities to build ranches. Go to land owners, whether state government, whether individual, whether communal ownership, approach them for land and build your ranch. People are not even insisting on that. Even as people are even encouraging federal government to even bankroll the ranching of a thing. You can see Miyetti saying that they should discourage people from banning open grazing. I don't think they can cohabit with any human being in this country.
Headers.
Yes, the way they are going, nobody there's that breach of trust. Nobody wants to see Fulani henchman as his neighbor. In almost all the society. Is it not in Taraba recently that even a monarch, a traditional ruler, issued quick notice to Fulani henchmen? If this can happen in the north, what can you say about the south? So for me, they should jettison that idea, and all the southern states should continue with these anti-open grazing laws. Let it cut across all the southern states and the middle belt.
In a bid to resolve the issues in the health sector, whereby we have the doctors striking, Buhari has set up a health sector reform committee and names Osibajo as the head. Do you see any changes?
That health sector committee is, for me, it's a waste of time, because all their demands is not rocket science. It's not until you set a committee. As we speak, there are issues that have been resolved. That paying the money is the issue.
Okay.
The residency training fund of 2020 to some doctors. Do you need a committee to pay it?
Okay.
And federal government have refused to pay it. And what we are made to understand by resident doctors is that if not for this protest and strike, it was not captured in the budget. It was as a result of the protest and the strike that necessitated the federal government in putting it in the current supplementary budget.
Okay.
So most of the issues at stake, you don't need a committee. It's something you need to do by, if you don't have the fund, approaching National Assembly for borrowing or to source funds from any source, whether through bond or whatever, to solve the problem. By the time you now set up a committee, that committee, going by nature of the Nigerian system, will take more than 1 year before they come up with their report. At the end of the day, the report will start gathering dust in the shelves or in the presidency, just like any other report in this country.
Okay. Okay.
Look at NDDC forensic audit. It lasted even more than 1 year. So if you are saying you have set up a committee, that committee may last more than 1 year. So I don't think the way to go is for federal government to set up a committee. The way to go is to address those issues head on. The way to go is to address those issues as being raised. Because everything they are talking about borders on funding, borders on remuneration, borders on money. Address it and forget about this issue of committee. For me, it's a delayed tactics.
Okay, Gumi advises the federal government not to use force on bandits.
I think Gumi should be arrested without further delay. Because for me, he's a menace to society. He's more of a problem than what he's trying to solve. Which human being on earth, considering the havoc being wreaked in the whole society by bandits, will be advising federal government not to use federal might, not to use air raid, not to use our air platform on bandits? How then do you want it to be resolved? Now, federal government should start begging and negotiating with bandits. Is that what he's talking about? I think what federal government need to do without further delay is to arrest Gumi and make sure he lead them to all the various camps where he has gone to negotiate with bandits at one point or the other. I'm not saying it's out of place that an individual cannot negotiate when somebody is being held captive. But the utterances coming out from Gumi currently is unbecoming of somebody of his status. Looking at somebody who was one time in the Nigerian army, looking at his status as a sheikh, I don't think all those statements are what should come from somebody of his status. Because you have seen a situation where bandits are defying Nigerian sovereignty. They have kidnapped even more than what Boko Haram have done. So they are even more of a terror group than Boko Haram. And you are advising federal government not to use air raid on them. Does that make any sense? For me, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, let's look at the tax issue between Rivers and FIRS. Internally generated revenue for the state, do you think it's better than the
for me, it's a good omen. Because I've seen that judgment of a federal high court in Rivers State that say that Federal Inland Revenue Service is not the right agency to collect value-added tax, that it falls under the purview of the state governments. Consequent upon that, Rivers State government have already started the process of collecting the revenue by themselves. And even Lagos State, that happens to account for 55% of all the revenue being collected by Federal Inland Revenue Service, have declared their intention to start collecting the revenue by themselves. I think it's a welcome development, because whether we like it or not, most of the states are idle. They are not working, they are not functioning, they are not thinking outside the box. All they do is to sit down, wait at the end of the month, go to Abuja through their respective accounting of the state, collect revenue from Abuja, come back to the state and start appropriating it. The country, a state government should not work like that. A state government should have the capacity and the strategy to generate funds, to create jobs. We have a situation in Nigeria where, like I've just said, look at all the revenue being collected by Federal Inland Revenue Service. According to record, according to a statement credited to the former Minister of Finance, I'm talking of Adiosun, that 55% of the revenue being collected by Federal Inland Revenue Service come from Lagos State.
Okay.
So by implication, if you are collecting 1 trillion annually or whatever periodic analysis, Lagos State is accounting for more than half of it. So I think they should allow Lagos State collect its revenue. Allow Lagos State collect its revenue. Delta, Igbo, Kano, and so on and so, Kaduna, and so on and so forth. Then all these other states that feel they are disadvantaged, they are not disadvantaged. It's just that they are not thinking outside the box. Almost all the states in Nigeria, you see one natural resources or the other. So they should look for how to tap into it. When you look at agriculture, for instance, agriculture has so many value chain, so that if you are growing all these cereal crops, you can do it to some finished products to lubricate your state economy. You can go into so many areas that you need these agricultural products as raw material, and they are not looking at that. Everybody is looking at going to Abuja to share money that comes from oil and from value-added tax. So I think it's a good omen. Let federal government be stripped of that power of collecting revenue in terms of value-added tax. Let it come to state, so that those states that have been sitting idle hitherto before now will start thinking outside the box on how to generate funds. I happen to serve in Jigawa State. Okay. If they post you to local government in Jigawa State, there's a common language they normally say. They say "ba aiki," meaning there's no work for you to do. Meaning you stay at home, at the end of the month, allocation comes, everybody comes to local government secretariat, they share the fund, everybody retire to his home. As at the time I was serving, the local government chairman of Taura local government, who I served, was staying in Kano. He only comes to that local government at the end of the month when allocation comes. By the time they share the allocation, everybody goes home with his own part of the allocation in terms of salary and whatever. He retired back to Kano. Everybody retired back to their respective homes. The secretariat will be taken over by grass. At the end of close to the end of the month, you see people, laborer coming to clear the secretariat again waiting for another allocation. So you cannot continue working like that. Some states cannot be living at the expense of other states. Okay. Lagos, for instance, have so much population. So that revenue here they should allow Lagos State to generate that revenue, and it should be used for people, for the development of the states. Kano has population, I agreed, and Kano has some level of commercial activities. They should equally generate revenue from the states. Okay. A place like Zamfara, they have gold, and before now, individuals have been illegally mining this gold, not giving the state government and federal government what is due to them. So the government should look inward and see how they can tap into that solid natural resources. Okay. In what is it called? In Jigawa State, Dutse is the capital of the state. Dutse means rock. That is to tell you how rock is spread all over the place. For them to name the capital after rock. Now, what are they doing? What is that solid natural resources bringing to the Nigerian table? Everybody is centered on sharing money from oil and value-added tax. Does it make sense? In Kano State, for instance, if they see you bring alcoholic drink, the Hisbah police will destroy it. But they go back to share value added tax that come from alcohol. Kano State collects. Does it make sense? It doesn't make any logical sense. So for me, let states collect their respective VATs.
Okay.
And let state that feel that they are disadvantaged look inward and look at the area they have comparative advantage, because God created every area to have some advantage. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, I still say you can still call in if there is number on the screen. Let me have Mr. 5 minutes because you came very early.
Yeah, I came late. I have to.
Okay.
I went around the Ogba to Omole, but what I saw is so disheartening, man. Can you still believe that as Lagos is as mega city as Lagos is, there's still open grazing going on? On this road I still saw cows, shit of cows on the floor. You know, they rear all those cows at midnight, late hour of the day, like 1 a.m. They pass where all of us have slept, and that brings it to like, is Lagos really safe from all this?
I think the Lagos Assembly has passed an open grazing bill. 21 years jail term for any herder found with AK-47 and grazing openly. They passed it yesterday.
They passed it yesterday.
Yes.
I think that yesterday. Let's still watch out today or tomorrow whether these people will still not pass.
Okay, Miyetti begs Buhari National Assembly to stop anti-grazing law.
Beg Buhari for
National Assembly to stop anti-grazing law. You know, states in South are already complying to the bill gradually.
When they say National Assembly comprises of all the region, representative of all the region. So who are the people that are against? Who are the people that support? I'm sure there are some people that will support anti-grazing law in that hollow chamber, in which the press will not, even give us their name, because we need to know whether it's a unanimous decision among them that Buhari should stop anti-grazing law, or is it sectional law within some member of the northern side in the House of National Assembly. And they are our representative. Majority of these people we send there, they're supposed to be our representative. And some must have read the lips of the governor in the south here, okay, that they don't want open grazing. And I think any southern senators that went there to support anti-grazing law, grazing law, why? That person must check his brain, because all what the governor stand for, some of them are betraying. They are betraying themselves, really. But all what majority stand for now is they don't want open grazing in their land. So any senator
popular okay.
So when you say they should not use military force on the bandits so who else are they going to use? Who else? And mind you, this same man, I think they need to check him. They need to profile him well, whether is he really okay or not. You are saying, yeah, that's Sheikh Gumi. All this statement is saying is out of point, and there are statements that can still bring chaos into the country more and more. the country is under tension now, and he's still bringing more tension. They should not use military for killer herdsmen, for killer bandits. And who else do they want to use? But they can use military to flush out, to chase out Nnamdi Kanu. They can use DSS to chase out Igboho. But so they should be pampering bandits and for good job done. Say, boys, you're really trying. And you know, this same man was the negotiator between bandits and the government there, that they should give them amnesty. And the government succumbed to the amnesty. And here we are now, they are giving them amnesty. So this man, I think, if it was a Southerner, the security apparatus of the government must have invited him or to question him. I even learned they invited him one time too, but what was the outcome? And this same man has still bold. If it was this Bishop Kuka that said this now, you will see the opera of our brothers that you are a hater of not, you are a hater of this thing, but you are now saying the punishment that was melted to others that are not even as dangerous, as dreaded as bandits and Boko Haram. I'm talking of the IPOB. They are saying they are terrorists, but they are not as dreaded as this bandit. And you are not saying they should not use military, and they can use military for IPOB. They can, you know, unleash all the military base in Nigeria on IPOB, but the bandits are having a free day. They are the pets of the government, in which government has to protect them. For what are we not saying Nigeria? Even where these bandits come from, only God knows. What are being told now is they are foreigners. They infiltrated this country through open borders in the north. So what is going on in this country, for God's sake? And I'm waiting for America that want to mention the sponsorer. I'm waiting, I'm eager to even listen to their names so that we can know where we start from. You know, it's so painful, right? It's so painful.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Akuli. I have Mr. Samuel. Our guy has 8 minutes.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Christian.
How are you? Long
Fine. Yes, you're looking very good.
You are looking change.
Thank you.
No APC change.
No. That change is a negative change. Good morning, everybody. It's been a while. Thank you, viewers at home. Thank you for your support to Flip TV and the members of the crew who analyze every day.
Yeah.
You see, the greatest service you can do is to risk your life.
Yeah.
To come and stand on this place and discuss against the powers that be. So thank you. Most of I think I have a particular person, Yakino, Mr. Taiwo, Mr. There are so many, most of them in diaspora, Mrs. Yerima, so many. We can't even mention them. Some of them in kind, in whichever forms. Some are encouraging. Not more. Everything is not about money.
Yeah.
Some will give you words of encouragement. So we thank you guys, we thank you very much, because they are the major reasons why we're here. Because if they are not watching, who would we be analyzing most of these issues for? The normal TV and television stations are always being censored on what to say, how to say it, and how to curtail the real facts. So thank you very much, thank you guys.
Okay, let's look at the three issues joined together. Miyetti begs federal government, National Assembly to stop the open grazing bill. Gumi advises federal government not to use force on bandits, and the quotas, the cut-off mark system, preferential jam scores make northern students lazy. You can jump from one to the other.
El-Rufai is an hypocrite. He's an ethnic bigot and religious bigot. I'm saying it. I don't care. Whoever wants to show him the video shoot. He's an hypocrite. He's a very hypocritical being that is just a product of chance and luck. Or a product, not luck, a product of a dead system. The likes of El-Rufai shouldn't be a governor if it were insane crimes where people with integrity. I read his book, Accidental Public Servant, that he wrote lies, and some people have countered that, how he was so holy, he was acting, he was doing so many beautiful nonsense. I read some of these things not because they are truth, but just to see the sense behind the lies sometimes. Now, he got to power as a governor. He was a product of the quota system. He wasn't the most intelligent northerner then, and probably, if you compare him to most of his southern peers, he was nowhere. So, for him to come out and now say preferential treatment. What he should have done is the state university under the state was he should increase the cutoff mark and tell the governing council of that school that if they don't score up to 200 as a core Kaduna student, that they should not be admitted. No one will be admitted into that school. So he uses the principle of ethnicity and double standard when he talks in some forum and come again and the same Rufai. What is he saying? He should go and sit down. The point which is factual is the fact that with or without the preferential treatment, the North can never be as educated, enlightened, and be developed like the South. So you should take it the way it is. Even with the 120, how many of them they score 120? In his state, how many students are registered in the last UTME? I have the list of the 10 best students. It was only one from North Center, I think Kwara. Every other person fall between the Southeast, Southwest, and the South-South. So how many that scored 120 in Kaduna comes from Kaduna? The 120 doesn't even go to 140 because they've never scored 140. They will never. Even the ones that score, how many? So what they rather do, Rufai and others who fought against Jonathan, was to fight against Boko Haram. That Jonathan was. That is what they are good in doing. To side people against Southern Kaduna. So he should stand on his normal principle. He's not different from Buhari himself.
But do not has produced ministers, especially in areas of education.
Education what? Education my food.
Most of our ministers.
What did the minister gain admission with in JAM? That your minister. What did he gain? Is he the most educated portfolio minister when you want to place ministries of education that have affected or have written paper on solutions of education? Google it online and check those who have acted more, have written papers, have talked about locally and internationally as Nigerians. Is it that northerner that you say is a minister? They only give them ministers because they believe that they should be part of the system in order to also produce somebody, not based on intelligence. So it is the quota system to integrate the nation, which has never been integrated at any point in human history. It's the system of dragging them together. Buhari was a general. Was it on merit or on the basis of quota system? Ask yourself. We listen to other generals. Obasanjo was a general. So listen to most generals. We have a former naval commander, a person of Olawumi, Mr. Kunle. He spoke. Listen to other generals from other part of the country. Listen to another general from the northern part of the country. I'm not taking away that we have educated northerners, but they are few. They are minute in comparison to southerners in every space of intellectual comparison. So give it to the South. So Rufai played on the principle of ethnicity and double standard to come out. In cases he should have said it. What he should say is for northerners that do not have the same requirement like southerners, they should not be given portfolio in federal ministries. Because what I mean is somebody that had 120 will apply for an NPC job. They will pick him because it's from the north and abandon you that had maybe a 280 or graduated with a first class because you're from the south, because they're going to, we've applied maybe 10 southerners. So we can't take you that you have scored maybe 280 before you graduated or a first class. They need to pick a northerner that is a third class. So he should go there, the end product, and correct that. He should not look at JAMB 120 because they can't even score up the 120. They've not been scoring it. So the point is, if he's addressing those key issues, he should come out to give us how he has been able to hold or bring a technocratic educational system, whereby those that wrote JAM in Kaduna have been able to start scoring 200 after their secondary school education. How he has been able to bring a sound intellectual educational system whereby Kaduna state citizens have scored 5 A's in English and Maths, in WAEC, in NECO. So we can now start justifying his stand when it comes out to the public. See, you are not addressing the root cause. You are playing on the subject of conversation. That's madness. So the northern elite caucus are used to this hypocritical standard over time. And we should call him out. The short man is a devil. We are saying it publicly.
Short man devil.
He's a devil. You should go and sit down.
Let's look at Miyetti Allah begs.
Miyetti Allah is a part of federal government, and the federal government is part of Miyetti Allah. Now, what is the premise, the foundational basis, whereby you will be telling a national assembly that comprises of about 109 senators not to do or pass a bill that they've considered that bill will help to curtail insecurity, killings. If you go to ranching, you will produce more cows. You will produce more cow milk. I've said it here on this podium. I was listening to some comment from the beginning of this program. I was watching it online and I laughed. The point still remains that somebody saying it is political. No, Fulani have been killing for years, ages. Even when we have a Northerners presidency, maybe the level has not been up to this. So I was laughing when he said, no, the point still remains that it has not escalated to a point. That was why it has not been on the press. So for you to come out and say it is political, well, it depends on how you want to define it as political. Maybe Buhari and the political elite of the North are using it as an agenda in order to force other part of the country to get land. I might believe on that perspective. But the point still remains that they've been killing not only now. So I want to correct that notion. So as I was saying before I digress, when you check the first 20 countries of the world, Nigeria is not the only country of the world. So when you are displaying this stupidity and uncommon exemplification of madness, it is shameful. The countries with the highest numbers of cow, I've said it, I think it's Brazil or China, I've forgotten. But the population of the cow there is more than the population of indigenous living in Nigeria. 320 something million. The largest producer of milk in the world. You see, forget this third world rubbish nation called Nigeria. I'm saying it publicly. Nigeria does not make sense in every argument they bring up. Yeah. So Miyetti are the most intellectual dwarf that shouldn't be talking on subject of conversation that is internationally recognized and the standard best practice. So they should go and sit down in the bush. So National Assembly, which you know most Northerners wouldn't want to go against the Northern Fulani presidency. Let me say it publicly. We'll come out and now let logic stand on its head to now start saying, we cannot pass that because it's against. Nobody see. The law is not against open anti-grazing. Anti-open. You can graze. Don't mix it up. You can graze. It should not be in the open. No country of the world grazes openly. It is madness. You carry cow from here, waka go Kano, from Kano, can I come back to Ogun State? Are you there, craze? The pikin wey go dey graze the cow, if you dey ranch, you go school in the morning. Come back in the evening and continue. The cow no go waka, im body go fat. They should go and watch documentaries. Brazil, China, India, Thailand. This madness must stop. We need to start telling these people. You need to educate yourself, not only to read and write. You need to educate yourself in terms of international best practice on any subject of conversation in human history. So you don't come out and tell somebody like me with my level of intelligence that the Miyetti Allah went to National Assembly. Go punish Miyetti Allah. They are stupid for going to National Assembly to debate a subject of conversation that the best practice and the best cows are where rankings is obtainable. It now shows that they have another hidden agenda. Go and list the countries with the highest numbers of cows. Even in Africa, Nigeria is not among. And moreover, it is a personal business. So what is the government looking for in terms of water resource be? See, there is nothing they are doing that people don't understand the undertone. They beat drum for the man, they dance for public. People they beat drum for him, day for him backside. So there is an hidden agenda. If you want to go the normal practice, let us go. Ranch your cow no be my cow. You no be carry your cow, come dey feed for my farm. You dey craze? So let us be saying this in the way it is. So forget who is not going to listen to it, who is not a fan of listening to the truth. We know them on the platform. You see one paid puppet saying that they are paying some people. One Nigerian, one Igbo boy. The Igbo boy does not have name. You yourself, you don't have a real name. You are coming online to be telling people that are suffering here. The Igbo, when they start exposing your name, you will know their political alignment. They will say they are paying one Bayelsa man. Madness. The Bayelsa man no get name. Now spiritual being.
Use military force on bandits.
That's another madness we should address. Now the question now comes. No, they will arrest him. That's what I was saying about bandit, ethnic bigotry and religious sentiment. That has been the custodian hallmark of the APC government from inception. Even the formation of the party was as a result of majorly religious and ethnic alignment. North and some religious bigwig of the Southwest. That was the major foundation. When the cry came out that there's an Islamization agenda, they had to start integrating some Christian puppeteers to make it look like a national coloration, and of which we understand the ground play. That is why there is nothing happening that is really new, that is surprising, because people have predicted this agenda even before the amalgamation of the party. But leaving that aside, here is the basic truth. You know, I've listened to verse of the commentaries The truth has been said, and all the reviewers did a very nice job in analyzing the issues one after the other. That's why I don't want to waste time. I want to summarize. The points still remain. Just like I think Mr. Chigozie said, Nigeria was a making as a business venture because of administrative convenience by one white man who wanted to only explore and pack raw materials from there overseas. If you like, take them, say na truth. If you like, no take them, say na truth. Go and read history. Because I've noticed that 80% of university graduates don't even understand the issue of Nigeria. Wow. In Nigeria, 80%. I mean, I finished from Bafemi Awolowo University. I hide my face. 80% don't know history of Nigeria. 80. When you engage a student from sciences or even medical, so Jesus, when you listen, social studies, some don't even know. So when you argue with them on subject of conversation that is historical based, or when it comes to governance, not even, only in Nigeria, they'll start confusing themselves. Some don't even know who was the first prime minister of this country. I'm talking about university mates. I'm not even going to other school. I mean, I graduated from a federal university in this country. So now, having laid that premise, Nigeria was only a making by some people who feels it is administrative convenience. That was the only reason they merged the north and south. We never had any similarity. We are not one. We have different religion, different custom. We are different people. The Igbo man thinks differently from a Yoruba man. The Yoruba man and the Igbo man thinks differently from an Hausa man. Basic truth. There was never a time in Nigeria history we decided or we've discussed to be together. It has never worked. Now here's the basic truth. As long as this madness that we call a nation continues to be exalted and people think there will be peace, those who hope that a better nation will come should start seeing the result of a better nation. At the end of the day, we'll produce more of a divided nation, who at the end of the day will be worse than Afghanistan and Somalia, because all indices have shown that Nigeria have never been one and will never be one. Engage an average Igbo man, Hausa man on any conversation against a Yoruba man, it is always negative. If you understand the Igbo very well, when they describe Yoruba, when you hear Ofe Manu, you understand the meaning. When you hear Yoruba man talk about Kotama Momi, you understand the meaning. When you hear Malu don't say, you understand. So, because I can speak about 3 or 4 ethnic groups, Nigerian language, there is nowhere I've ever seen a good description of the other man by any other ethnic group. I repeat, there is never a time that another ethnic group you travel. I traveled somewhere, I won't mention the state. I was in a commercial vehicle and I was asking the driver in English, I want stop for so place. I beg, I want to stop. The person sitting near to me was speaking in a local dialect, which coincidentally I heard because my father was a first man. We traveled a lot. I heard a little part of the conversation. I crammed it very well. When I came down, a language you understand, but you are not fluent. I now called somebody. I now asked him. He now said they were saying that see this moon will just come. Maybe it's from that part where they use palm oil to cook and where they do agberu. So I laughed because I already have an idea that this guy is making a communication of what is wrong about me. But I don't know the in-depth meaning. So what I did was cram the keywords. As soon as I lighted, I called a young guy. What's the meaning of this? He was like, where did you hear it? I said, no, somebody was joking. I overheard this conversation. So he now told me the exact meaning. So we can pretendly, hypocritically be doing business in other part of the country. It's okay. You can school because in schooling you spend your money in other part of the country. If you get admission to UI, you pay school fees there. You are Chuku, you came to NUJ, you pay school fees. Economically, it's okay. It happens even in UK and the US. But when it comes to the aspect of nationhood, that you see yourself, God bless America. Yeah. God bless the Federal Republic of America. I have never said that to Nigeria. And I don't know how many Nigerians have said that. But I know of Nigerians that went to America. When he came back to Nigeria, American anthem was played in his vehicle. He parked his motor and sang the American anthem because there is a belief of nationhood that has affected his life irrespective of his ethnicity, religion, tribe, or where he comes from. So every attempt to unify this failed nation will never work because as long as injustice, double standard, inequality, hypocrisy, religious bigotry remains the hallmark of the continuous administration from 1960 to 2026 or whatever year, Nigeria will never have peace, and the country will never and ever be one. I remain myself, F. Before the next month, I think my book will be out because I'm doing the editorial work as it stands now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
We'll always have you when you have your book is ready. Okay. We have come to the end of the bystander today. Okay, that was a very, very insightful talk from Mr. Samuel, and let's watch out for his book that is going to be bringing out. Wow. For those that refuse to call, maybe you have time to call tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, in London, in South Africa, India, wherever you are, you can call so that you can be part of the program. Not only Samuel and every other person speaking every day. You can be part of the program wherever you are. I'm Christian Chiku on this wonderful edition of the program, Bystanders at the Instant. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi Davis. And also, thank you to the boss, Flip TV, Mr. Abiodun Oli. Bye for now. Till tomorrow, by God's grace.